The core promise of tokenization is highly efficient. Take a real-world asset and convert its ownership into a programmable digital instrument. This technology is designed to make traditionally exclusive markets, like private credit, commercial real estate, and physical commodities, accessible to a much wider range of participants. Yet, if you look at the landscape today, the on-chain real-world asset ecosystem captures only a fraction of available global liquidity. Trillions of dollars in institutional capital remain firmly on the sidelines. This creates a paradox. If programmable assets execute perfectly on-chain, why do institutional investors treat them as radioactive? This hesitation stems from a structural gap in how these assets are governed, a vacuum where institutional rules and accountability should be. We are looking at a massive accumulation of coordination debt, the compounding drag of operating programmable money without programmable governance. You can see the symptoms. Investors are asked to trust unverified underlying assets, opaque custody arrangements, and fragmented jurisdictional standards. To survive and scale, tokenization requires a native, programmable governance infrastructure. That missing infrastructure is a wise autonomous organization, or WAO, an architecture designed specifically to govern the lifecycle of these digital instruments. Without a system to guarantee the real-world truth of an on-chain asset, tokenization will stay a fragmented experiment, isolated from true institutional capital. The first step in building the WAO is entirely structural. We have to replace fragmented, paper-based records with a canonical, programmable standard. This standard lives inside the Wisdom Vault. It serves as the system's core immutable ledger and its central memory architecture. Getting there requires translating legacy documentation out of physical filing cabinets and siloed servers, and moving it into a unified, programmable environment. The vault securely stores the precise legal structures, verified underlying valuations, entire cash flow history, and real-time compliance status. This differs from a standard database. Every piece of data held here carries a cryptographically verifiable provenance, meaning its entire history is locked and mathematically proven. Establishing this single record eliminates the enormous discovery tax that investors currently pay to audit fragmented and contradictory asset histories. Establishing a single verifiable source of truth is the absolute prerequisite. Until that exists, no automated governance or AI oversight can safely function. Once the vault is established, we move to the active layer of the WAO, where specialized AI agents handle the mechanical labor of coordination and audit. The first of these is the Issuance Governance Agent, which functions as the system's automated gatekeeper. Before any new token is allowed to register, this agent reviews its structures. If it fails the check, the agent rejects it. Next is the Asset Verification Agent, designed to close the disclosure gap between off-chain reality and on-chain representation. Traditional appraisals are point-in-time snapshots that age quickly. This agent coordinates with IoT sensors and third-party auditors to run continuous verification of the actual physical asset. We also have a Compliance Routing Agent, which constantly maps active tokens to their applicable regulatory frameworks. This strict routing prevents jurisdictional arbitrage. It ensures tokens only trade in regions where they are legally permitted, halting unauthorized cross-border transactions before they execute. Finally, the Smart Contract Audit Agent monitors the executing code, comparing it line by line against the legal terms disclosed in the Wisdom Vault to spot divergences. This layer of agents replaces slow, retroactive human audits with continuous, proactive machine enforcement. That structural upgrade lowers the risk profile for institutional participants. But if machines are executing the rules, a critical architectural question remains. Who governs the machines and prevents the system from being captured? The answer is bicameral governance. This is the required human oversight layer, positioned strictly above the automated agents. The left side is the issuance chamber, setting rigorous standards for new assets attempting to register. The right side is the ongoing stewardship chamber. It is entirely separate. Its strict function is monitoring existing issuers currently circulating within the network over their full lifecycle. Historically, legacy ratings agencies suffered from a fatal flaw. The financial incentive to onboard new business actively compromised the rigor they applied to monitoring the assets they had already approved. The WAO's strict separation of these two chambers prevents this exact incentive misalignment from repeating. The team approving new tokens has no authority over the team monitoring existing ones. True institutional trust requires combining the speed of AI agent verification with a human governance structure that makes regulatory capture structurally impossible. We can now return to the initial state of the market, that massive pool of institutional capital sitting on the sidelines, held back by an unstable, deeply fragmented ecosystem. When we deploy the complete tokenization WAO architecture beneath those assets, it acts as a new foundational substrate. By establishing a common reporting protocol, the WAO eliminates the need for bespoke due diligence for every token structure, steadily closing the disclosure gap between issuers and investors. Simultaneously, this architecture provides financial regulators with the transparent accountability infrastructure they require to confidently supervise the space. With a stabilized, verifiable environment in place, the barrier to institutional entry is removed. The Tokenization WAO provides a blueprint for how human stewardship, AI agents, and institutional memory can work together to bring verifiable accountability to the digital asset market.